Monero value equivalent to 25.09921 rands a coin. The present cost range 24 29 22 2687.89. The earlier day close 26 73.49. The change was 74.18 to 78%. Backwards rate ZAR to XMR. Monero cost expectation for July 2024. At the outset cost at 22.5 rands. Excessive cost 22.45, while low cost 19.51. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 21.25. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2098, change for July 4.9%. Monero gauge for August 2024. To start with cost at 2098 rands. Exorbitant cost 22.33, while low cost 19.41. The found the middle value of cost 2090. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2087, change for August 0.5%. Monero cost expectation for September 2024. To start with cost at 2087 rands. Exorbitant cost 2586, while low cost 2087. The found the middle value of cost 2294. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2417, change for September 15.8%. Monero estimate for October 2024. First and foremost cost at 24.17 rands. Exorbitant cost 2656, while low cost 2308. The found the middle value of cost 2466. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2482, change for October 27%. Monero cost expectation for November 2024. First and foremost cost at 2482 rands. Exorbitant cost 24.96, while low cost 2070. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2370. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2333, change for November 6%. Monero figure for December 2024. Initially cost at 2333 rands. Excessive cost 2333, while low cost 1974. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2191. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2123, change for December 9%. Monero cost expectation for January 2025. Initially cost at 21.23 rands. Excessive cost 24.98, while low cost 22.23. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 20.70. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2335, change for January 10%. Monero conjecture for February 2025. At the outset cost at 2335 rands. Excessive cost 25.19, while low cost 21.89. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2349. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2354, change for February's 18%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2025. First and foremost cost at 2354 rands. Exorbitant cost 25.57, while low cost 22.23. They found the middle value of cost 2381. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2390, change for spring 15%. Monero estimate for April 2025. First and foremost cost at 2390 rands. Exorbitant cost 25.92, while low cost 22.52. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 24.14. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2040-22, change for April 13%. Monero cost expectation for May 2025. Initially cost at 24.22 rands. Excessive cost 24.22, while low cost 2010. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 22.54. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 20.61, change for May 10.8%. Monero figure for June 2025. Initially cost at 2161 rands. Excessive cost 2682, while low cost 2161. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2378. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2507, change for June 16%. Monero cost expectation for July 2025. At the outset cost at 2507 rands. Excessive cost 2722, while low cost 2366. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2535. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2544, change for July 15%. Monero conjecture for August 2025. At the outset cost at 2544 rands. Excessive cost 2544, while low cost 2116. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2370. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2275, change for August 10.6%. Monero cost expectation for September 2025. Before all else cost at 2275 rands. Excessive cost 2500, while low cost 2072. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2321. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2336, change for September 27%. Monero conjecture for October 2025. At the outset cost at 2336 rands. Excessive cost 2618, while low cost 2276. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2419. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2047, change for October 48%. Monero cost expectation for November 2025. Before all else cost at 2447 rands. Excessive cost 2602, while low cost 2262. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2436. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2432, change for November's 6%. Monero estimate for December 2025. First and foremost cost at 2432 rands. Exorbitant cost 3018, while low cost 2432. The found the middle value of cost 2676. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2021, change for December 16%. Monero cost expectation for January 2026. First and foremost cost at 2821 rands. Exorbitant cost 3067, while low cost 2665. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2855. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2866, change for January 6%. Monero conjecture for February 2026. At the outset cost at 2866 rands. Excessive cost 2866, while low cost 2435. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2696. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2618, change for February 7%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2026. At the outset cost at 2618 rands. Excessive cost 3054, while low cost 2618. The found the middle value of cost 2786. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2854, change for spring 9%. Monero gauge for April 2026. To start with cost at 2854 rands. Exorbitant cost 3543, while low cost 2854. The found the middle value of cost 3/141. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 3D311, change for April 16%. Monero cost expectation for May 2026. At the outset cost at 3D311 rands. Excessive cost 4110, while low cost 3D311. The arrived at the midpoint of cost